Let's start exercise 1, basic network administration and troubleshooting using Windows command line utilities. This exercise is part of the lab Endpoint Security Windows system. There are totally 9 exercises in this lab. We will do one by one. Let's start with exercise 1. Let's go to admin machine, press Ctrl Alt Delete and type the password admin at 123. So we are going to log in, go to control panel and then disable the first Ethernet. Okay, so click on start, type control panel, and then we need to go to network and internet, which is here, and then network sharing center, change adapter settings. So you have two Ethernets. So they want us to disable the first Ethernet, which is Ethernet 2. If you have a doubt, you can look at the screenshot. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and right click. There is an option to disable. So click on disable. All right, so we have gone ahead and disabled that. They also want us to disable the second adapter. Okay, let's try that. Done. So we have disabled both the network adapters as requested. We will go into the web server. Let's press Ctrl Alt Delete. Enter the password as admin at 123. Click on login. And what we're going to do is we're going to open up a command prompt as administrator on the web server. So click on the start button, type CMD, right click, run as administrator. Now in the command prompt, we're going to type ipconfig. So this is the IP configuration of this particular web server. So we have an IP address on Ethernet 2 is 10.10.10.16 and on Ethernet 3 is 20.20.10.44. Now, if you press ipconfig/all, you will get a lot more information than just the IP address. You could also look at the MAC address. Okay, so this is for Ethernet 3. If you notice, this is a physical address. That means the MAC address. It tells you your DNS server. Okay, so you get, and you also get your IPv6 address. So you get a lot more information than just basic IP address. Okay, now in step number 18, what we're going to do is we're going to be looking at the ping command. So let me clear the screen, CLS. The ping command is ping followed by the IP address. Now the IP address we're going to test is 10.10.10.2. Now this IP address is part of your admin machine 1. And if you remember correctly, we have already disabled the admin machine 1. So we should get destination host unreachable. Let me go ahead and press the enter key. I get destination host unreachable. So usually when you try to ping, there will be 4 packets sent. And then you see here 4 packets sent. Okay, and all the 4 packets is destination host unreachable. Now you must think, hey, you got received as 4 packets. Now that is because I sent 4 packets. I received 4 packets with a message destination host unreachable. So you need to pay attention. Now let's switch back to the admin machine 1. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and enable those adapters. So if you look at the screenshots, we are enabling it. I'm going to enable both the adapters. Enable the adapter 2 and enable the adapter 3. Every time you finish a step, please put a check mark, okay? Now let's go back to the web server and we're going to ping the same machine, ping 10.10.10.2. And if you notice, we got the response. The response was within less than 2 milliseconds. So I've got 3 packets. My fourth packet is taking time, but it's just a glitch, okay? But if you notice, the fourth packet response was also less than 1 millisecond. It just didn't pop up here. So the minimum is 0 millisecond, maximum is 2 milliseconds. On an average, it's 0 milliseconds. So this means that the machine is responding quickly to us. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to use another command called trace route. Trace route is a command that using which we can understand how many hops are there between your source and the destination. Okay, so I'm back onto my web server. Now here I'm gonna type trace rt 10.10.10.2 and then press enter key. So it will ping each device that is living between my source and a destination. So if my source is connected directly to a destination, I will get one ping or one trace route. If I have the source machine in between a firewall and then a destination machine, then I will get 2 hops. So since I got only 1 hop, it means they are directly connected. The next command that we're going to be looking at is called netstat. So netstat stands for network statistics. It displays the active TCP connections ports on your computer. So I'm going to type the command netstat, N-E-T-S-T-A-T, and press enter. So this shows all the port numbers that are being used on the local machine and the state, whether they are established, are they waiting. There is also a state called listening, that they're listening for it. The next command we're going to look for is netstat-s-p TCP. So we know what netstat is. It shows your network statistics and the connection. The -s displays your per protocol TCP, and the -p TCP, here we're going to filter to show only the TCP's statistics. Netstat -s-p TCP. So there are 96 open connections, 4 passive connection, 13 attempts failed, 12 resets, segments sent, segments received. So you get a detailed statistics about it. Okay, the next command we're going to look for is netstat-n. This command displays your active network connections with numerical address instead of resolving them into host names and port numbers. So let's go ahead and type netstat. Sorry, I needed to press Control C to get my command prompt back from the previous step. Netstat-n. So instead of trying to resolve, they're just going to go ahead and give me just the IP addresses directly. Now there are different parameters that you can use along with netstat, where you can use an -a, -e for Ethernet statistics, -n to display active connection of TCP with addresses and port number. You have -o, which includes a process ID. Okay. -p, -s, -r. There are a lot of parameters. Now, if you want to be a good network engineer, you need to know how to use netstat and their various parameters. Now, moving on, we are going to go for ARP command. Now, what does ARP stands for? ARP, Address Resolution Protocol. Okay. So I'm going to clear the screen by typing CLS. I'm going to type ARP-A. Okay, ARP-A. This command displays your ARP cache on your system. So what does ARP do? ARP helps you to translate your IP address to MAC address. So ARP table contains your matching IP address and their corresponding MAC address. Okay, so we looked at ARP-A. So with ARP-A, you will look at all the cached content in your ARP table. Okay. Now, similarly, there are other commands that you can practice. GP result gives you the group policies result. ipconfig flush DNS clears your DNS resolver's cache, helping you with troubleshooting steps. So you can practice all these commands one by one if you want to know, or at least read them first so that you know what are the commands and where it is used for. Let's go ahead and close the command prompt. Let's answer the question. Identify the command that will list, I think it's a mistake, the system IP configuration, host name, Ethernet adapter, install MAC address, among others. So your clue here is IP configuration. So IP configuration is ipconfig, but you also wanted to know the MAC address in the same command. So the answer would be ipconfig /all. All right. Now that's an end of exercise 1. Thank you.